Hello people of the internet, this is Shaky Jake, and I really need a catchphrase. You are watching Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, with the restored content modification. Previously on KotOR 2, we actually had a winning streak where we played Pazak and Swoop Racing and won every single instance of them without having to reload any of them whatsoever, which was quite a nice change of pace considering normally when I play this off screen I usually have to play through them several times before I win. But that's besides the point. And we also did a bit of the main quest by taking out Lopax Slusk and also Luxor from the exchange. So this little place here is now pretty much empty because we also kicked the receptionist out. So now we need to talk to the Ithorians who are over here. Because the intention for this particular part is to finish off with the Telos Citadel Station. And it does take a bit longer than you'd expect, considering we're very near the end of it, but you'll see why in a couple of moments' time. I'm just showing off this room before I forget, because this is where you would go for part of the smuggling quest if you decide to do the dark-sided option where you can actually help out the one Duros brother and get all the medical supplies and get all the other stuff he was after. So this is where you would come for part of that quest. But as I said for the last part, because we did some side quests, one of those side quests was the smuggling stuff, and we actually did it the light-sided way because it's quicker and easier than the dark-sided path, and we did a bit of manipulation there. But this guy's also interesting, the Onderon diplomat. Let's talk to him for a bit, shall we?
Hello there, and greetings from Isis and Onderon.
Oh, you are a very nice man. Who are you?
I'm a diplomat from Queen Talia on Onderon. My stay was supposed to have been shorter, but the contract disputes over the restoration project have prolonged it.
He's so down to business that he doesn't even want to give his actual name. Why are you here?
The Ithorians negotiated the export of flora and fauna from Onderon, but with their disagreements with Zerka, the status of our arrangement is in the air.
I'll be going now. So he doesn't say much, but he kind of foreshadows a few things for later on in the game. And because he's from Onderon, pay very close attention to that, because Onderon might show up later. There's the greeter, we don't want to talk to him. Another room that you would go into for the smuggling quest if you decided to help the one brother out would be in here, and you would turn off the security for this Bachani plant and you would get the sample. I think that's the first quest he gives you. I'm pretty sure that's the first one. So you would have to come here several times during that quest. Again, why Obsidian didn't just program it to make you pick up all the stuff in parts as opposed to you get one, go back to him, then go back and get the other. I don't know why that happened, but anyway, Shodo Habat. Oh, it was very pleasant. The exchange will trouble you no longer. Well, that's the price we had to pay. Oh, I don't want a lightsaber, I'm anti-Jedi. And, but we're going to accept it anyway. Thank you. What remains to be done? Bloody hell, cancer's mentioned in this game. That's a bit extreme for Star Wars. And yes, I'm skipping the dialogue again. How did Zerka embed itself in the first place? What would I get out of this? That's absolutely fine to me. Why don't you help me find my ship first? Because I've done quite a bit for you, let's be honest. When have I ever misled you, Shodo? I've never misled you. Alright, I'll help you crafty son of a gun. So it can't be sliced. I think it's pretty obvious that Zerka are corrupt even without doing all this, but how do you propose we obtain those files? Oh, we've already met him, haven't we? We met him in the last part. Corran Fault, is it? Oh, I could tell him that I've already told him I'm not a Jedi, but let's see. You know what? I am going to remind him again. I told you I'm not a Jedi. As I said, he's a bit ignorant when it comes to that side of things. I will see what I can do. Of course you do. Of course you want success, because this impacts on all the Ithorians and Telos. Can we talk to him again? I haven't even gone anywhere yet. Oh, never mind. Okay, just wanted to see if I could say those other dialogue options. I probably should have picked those, but no, I had to go for the slightly bitter option because of my character. And we got 2 quests, and I believe this crafting a lightsaber one, this is the first and earliest opportunity that you can get it. And you have found a lightsaber energy cell fixture. Perhaps with some additional parts you'll be able to construct a new lightsaber. We're not going to construct a lightsaber in this entire playthrough. Well, we will, but I'm just not going to use it. Because my character is anti-Jedi and anti-everything to do with the Jedi, apart from the Force, because I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. And Shodo Abat has asked you to find a way to access the Zerka mainframe, yada 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 yada. He wants to expose the corruption of the Zerka Corporation. Okay, so we need to go to the cantina again, because as I've said in the past, Telos is full of backtracking, and it's one of the reasons why it's one of my least favourite parts of the game. For all the problems that Peragus has, at least there's little to no backtracking. Telos has loads of it. And I'm going to take the quicker option because we can, so I'm going to transit to the entertainment module and then I'll meet you in the cantina. And we're back in the cantina, and before I forget, I'm going to talk to this droid because I can't remember if he actually says anything.
Welcome to the Entertainment Module 081 Cantina. How can I assist you?
And he does. I've never actually talked to this droid much, but I feel like I should here. What sort of entertainment do you have here?
We feature Citadel Station's most talented all-Bith band around the clock, as well as live Twi'lek dancers. You won't find any holograms here. Casual Pazak players should be able to find a friendly match in the game room. Or, if you're a bit more seasoned, we have daily tournaments with some of the best players in the Outer Rim. Cards too slow for you? Try your hand at Citadel Station's swoop track and see if you can challenge the all-time records. Last but
I've
not
already
least,
done all this.
We feature only the finest cuisine and beverages from Ryloth to Coruscant.
Okay, I'll be going now then. Right, so nothing new, but I thought I'd throw him in because I haven't actually talked to him yet. And nice to see the attention to detail that the Twi'lek dancers replaced Romana, or Romana, whatever her name is, which is quite nice. So this is the guy we need to talk to, and yes, we talked to him last time, but we'll talk to him again.
So, you're back.
I am back. What do you do at Zerka?
I'm Zerka employee, Citadel Station branch, number 85. Finally worked my way out of the trenches into a promotion. Then Zerka transferred me here to the Outer Rim to manage the military reclamation effort. And that wasn't the worst of it either. Now I've got Lorso as my new superior in a career that's going nowhere.
Oh, it sucks to be you, doesn't it? Tell me about Lorso. I know you already have, but just tell me about her.
Gah, Jana Lorso. That woman's a... Look, forget it. She's my superior, and that's that. She'll screw up soon enough. Then I'll move in for the kill.
Sounds like you're a little jealous.
What would you know about it anyways? You didn't claw your way through the mass of faceless Zerka employees to finally be rewarded with a meaningful posting, only to have it taken away by some woman who'd stoop to anything to get ahead. She's got
That
her
does sound
hands
like
in
some
too
managers
many
of some
dirty little-
companies, to be fair.
Whoa, I think I've had a few too many drinks. I shouldn't be talking to you about this stuff. Just forget it.
No, I don't want to forget it. Maybe I can help you.
What? What do you mean?
There are some files I'd like to get my hands on. Files I imagine wouldn't make her look good if they went public.
Wait, Are you talking about accessing the mainframe? The Zerka mainframe? You're crazy. What are you, some kind of slicer?
I'm just looking for some dirt, that's all.
Well, I am sure there are a dozen sorts of dirt on Lorso in there, but it's a closed system.
Yeah, this makes it sound incredibly dodgy when it says about, you know, just looking to get some dirt. I don't want to see everything of Lorso, let's be honest. How do I get in then?
This is a joke, right? You're CSD, aren't you? Loyalty test?
Do I look like a tester? Do I look like somebody who's testing you? Of course not. Look, our goals are compatible. I just want dirt on Zerka.
And I want Jenna Lorso looking dirty.
Okay, dude,
All
calm
right.
down.
Other
I don't
than
want to
Jenna
hear
Lorso,
about your
only
fantasies.
B-4D4 has free access to the mainframe. He's a protocol droid, her administrative assistant. If you controlled B-4D4, you could walk right in.
You mean B-4D4 could walk right in?
Right, whatever. You could use B-4D4 to get into the mainframe.
But how would I get access to B-4D4?
Nearly all the Zerka technicians are planetside these days, working the recovery zones we've taken from the Ithorians. We've contracted out the maintenance for the office's protocol and utility droids. The guy Chano lives in the apartments in Residential 082, Unit 2B, I think. If you had his
2B or not
credentials,
to be?
B-4D4 would leave with you willingly.
Okay, thanks very much. So there we go. We've figured out that we need to get B-4D4, and that leads to a very interesting part of the game, and you'll see why when we get there. But we need to talk to the Duros droid person, who we've ignored for pretty much this entire time. So let's go back there. I'll see you in a moment. We're heading to apartment 2B or not to be, because I'm making loads of to be jokes tonight. And we need to talk to the Duros Opochano, who we've pretty much ignored for most of Telos so far, but now he's actually going to be somewhat useful. Hello. I want your droid technician credentials. I need to borrow Zerka's administrative droid. Because I need him to get some files from Zerka's mainframe to expose Zerka's corruption to the Telosian authorities. You can't? Why not? Your contract? Why is that? Credits? What for? A loan? From whom? It is my concern because I want those credentials. Tell me, and I did like this recurring gag of constantly asking each other questions. Lux, Lusk and Luxor are dead, and the exchange is in disarray. They won't enforce your debt. Isn't that the second or third time we've heard of this Goto character? Just say your credentials were stolen. Try it, it's easy. I love some of Obsidian's humour sometimes. They like to play around with the humour of their IPs that they work with. That's not true. You're lying. I could give you an extension on your loan. 2,500? No wonder people kill this guy on the dark side. Bloody hell. Do I really want to spend 2,500 credits on this guy? Oh, go on then. Here, have the 2,500 credits, you little cheapskate. Well, that's good of you. At least you're going to repay me. That's better than most people in these games. And, yeah, we're not going to tell him to keep the money. I'm not that nice. And, yeah, I'm going to actually be a bit threatening about this. Be sure that you do. I'm much worse than any exchange collector. Okay, we still got light side points for that, despite how I made a threat at the end. And yeah, we're getting more light-sided, and because of that, so is Atten, which is quite nice. So we'll talk to him later, because we might be able to get some credits back. I'm not sure how many credits you can get back by the end of the game, but I'm sure it's at least something. And these apartments I still can't open. I thought they had a purpose at some point, but clearly not. So what we need to do now is we need to actually go to Zerka and convince B-4D4 to actually come to the Ithorian compound with us. Again, you can't actually do this if you're sided with Zerka, because you never get to do this, and it wouldn't make sense for you to do this. You get a completely different quest for this. So we need to go to the Zerka offices. Let's do that. B-4D4, just the droid I want to see.
Good day. I am B-4D4, Administrative Assistant for Zerka Corporation's Citadel Station branch. How may I help you?
Okay, our short-term memory isn't quite that bad yet. We do remember who you are. And I'm not quite sure how this would work in real life. I find the idea of just taking a droid with no resistance whatsoever to be quite amusing, but I need you to come with me.
I am sorry, but I cannot accompany you. I may only leave the Zerka offices for maintenance by an authorized Zerka or Zerka contracted droid technician.
But that's where you're mistaken, because I have my droid technician credentials right here.
Those are legitimate credentials. I will accompany you.
And I love how Jana Lorso wouldn't have noticed this, and she's like, no, those are the guys that I tried to employ earlier and they didn't help me, so, you know, don't let them take our droid. But let's go. Yeah, I mean, the game told me to do this. It's not as if I came up with it on my own. Okay, so we got a little bit of a time skip here. Okay, so please reiterate the mission. So we got to enter the Zerka offices where we just come from, access the mainframe, download the files. Okay, good. Oh yeah, because we could totally harm people like this, and we can lie to them. So I am actually going to lie. I do not understand. I was merely testing my ability to lie.
A droid that's programmed to lie? Great. As if they weren't bad enough already.
I think if I hadn't lied, I think Atton's line was a little bit more, hey, what's going on type thing. But yeah, I thought I'd go with the lie option this time. I will return when I have obtained the files. Okay, so this is our new main character for the rest of the game. B-4D4, a level 1 protocol droid. Or expert droid, so he has the same class as T3M4. Yep, this is our new character, B-4D4. He's going to be our main character for the rest of the game. I don't know who this Jedi Exile guy was. He was a bit of a poser. This is our real main character. And he's actually got some pretty decent attributes, considering that he's just a droid. But yep, we can't equip anything on him, which is a shame. And yeah, he is actually a temporary party member. I did actually realise that. That's quite cool. So now we've got to basically go back to Zerka and get the files. Now, one thing that the restoration mod has done is it's added this little background song to B-4D4 whenever you play as him. It's super cheesy for what it is, but I kind of like it. And what you can do with B-4D4 is you can actually just walk around and talk to people. So let's do that. Okay, Moser's really optimistic. Shodo. No, I haven't even left yet. Not yet. I will return when I do. So yeah, you can basically walk around as B-4D4 and talk to people. And Atton, what do you think of our new droid?
Yeah?
Yeah, you're that's really constructive, Atton. Thanks for that. So you can get some amusing bits of dialogue out of playing as B-4D4, and we're going to do that before we actually go to Zerka because it's worth it. And no, I'll be going now. Okay, so Obsidian didn't quite fix the dialogue for certain characters, but it's not a problem. I'm just surprised they put in as much detail as they did, to be honest. What about you? Okay, so that guy, you know, at least questions our presence. What about the Onderon diplomat?
Hello there, and greetings from Isis and Onderon.
Wow, you really do stick to the script, don't you? I'll be going now. I think we can still transit between the modules, so I am going to do that. So let's go to the entertainment module and let's talk to some people. Let's talk to Lieutenant Gren, because that might be an amusing one. And we'll talk to this droid as well.
Hello, B-4D4. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at the Zerka offices?
Oh, that's fantastic. Batano, do you say anything?
B-4D4. So Zerka's onto me. Look, I want you to forget you ever saw me.
Lieutenant Gren, what about you?
Any administrative questions can be handled by our protocol droid.
Oh, I love how he doesn't seem to be phased. That's fantastic. What about Saman Dobo? Ooh, so you did work for Lorso. I love how he doesn't seem phased by B-4D4 actually being here. I've actually forgotten about half of these instances of dialogue. I haven't played as B-4D4 for a very long time, naturally, but yeah, I've actually forgotten how unique some of the dialogue was here.
The war is really inflated.
Right, she's got nothing.
A Republic ship
You've got nothing. Okay, I think the normal NPCs don't have anything. To the docks. Let's test a few more people before we actually focus on what we're supposed to do. Is the guy still waiting for Taris?
I've been waiting for my flight to Taris for 5 years.
He clearly wasn't around for the first game. What about you?
Greetings, B-4D4. What are you doing here?
Oh, we can lie to this droid. Awesome. I was sent here to tell you that you have not been relaying up-to-date information to travellers and visitors.
That's impossible. My memory is undamaged, and I appear to be fully functional.
Indeed. However, in light of a recent council ruling, Zerka has been authorised to charge an excise fee for staying on Citadel Station.
I hadn't heard this. Thank you for informing me, B-4D4.
No problem. The fee should be paid to Zerka, care of myself, as I will be handling the enforcement and collection of the fee.
I will be sure to relay this information in the future.
Oh, goodbye. I've forgotten about half of this. I don't remember half of these instances of dialogue. If we could just troll as B-4D4 for absolutely ages, forget the quest. Why can't we just play as B-4D4 for the rest of the game? Okay, Zerka is not allowed into the Ithorian Bay, that makes sense. Let's talk to these two, see if they want to say anything to me. Okay, so somebody else who's working for, Lorso, makes sense. Okay, cool, so that makes sense. I wonder what would happen if this got reported back to Zerka. Oh, by the way, your droid from reception seems to have gone for a walkabout and is talking to random people. This is making your company look bad. And then Jano Lorso's basically going on about how, oh, that's not our droid, it can't be our droid. Zerka intended that to happen, but with a completely different droid, and then does a whole bunch of damage control, and then offers only 200 credits to keep silent about it. And let's talk to the other brother, Dendis. Hello. Okay, that is racist. You should sell to droids. That is very racist. To the cantina, let's go and have a drink. Right, I want to go street racing as B-4D4. Okay, this blatant racism is not very nice. Can we play Pazak?
No way. I learned my lesson. Never play Pazak with droids.
Wow, that's so harsh. Can we get a drink from this droid?
Welcome to the Entertainment Module 081 Cantina. How can I assist you?
I'll be going now. Right, you have no unique dialogue. Corin Fault, hello.
Leave me alone, B-44.
Really? That's all you gotta say to me? Aren't you a little bit suspicious that the guy you talked to a couple of minutes ago now has B-4D4?
Leave me alone, B-44.
No? Okay. What about these guys?
Zerka's mercenaries are getting up. It's all... I don't understand your problem with the Republic. It's not like Onderon hasn't benefited from joining.
It was one of the darkest days in our history. Talia sold Onderon to the Republic, and what did we receive in return? Nothing. In exchange for the blood of our soldiers, the prosperity of Iziz has been stripped to decorate dead planets like this.
Look, if it weren't for the Republic, you'd all be speaking Mandalorian by now.
And because we accepted the Republic's aid, we should be indentured to them forever?
You make it sound like the Republic turned Onderon into a prison colony.
Perhaps. Only that the Republic did not even conquer us. Our own betrayed us and allowed the Republic to take what it would.
Okay, so that conversation, we were meant to trigger that when we were our main characters, but we obviously forgot. But there's a little bit of foreshadowing for later in the game. There's a lot of Onderon people here. Makes you wonder if Onderon is actually going to show up in this game. Who knows? I think that's everyone talked to. Now let's actually get back to where we're supposed to, and then we'll focus on the Zerka stuff. Now, who else can we talk to? As far as I am aware, there's nobody in the exchange to talk to because they're all dead. So let's go to the apartments and see if there's anybody that we can troll as B-4D4. I honestly did forget that this was an actual element of gameplay. But again, you can only get this if you side with the Ithorians. You do not get this with Zerka. I think if you side with Zerka, you don't actually have to bother with any of this because you can just skip to the next bit of actually getting off the Citadel Station. But I could be wrong. It's been so long since I sided with Zerka because they're so terrible in this game that I never really bother siding with them. And I think if we had left that guy alive who was in the one apartment, we could have potentially talked to him. But as he's not alive, we can't do that. Let's go and see Oppo Chano, actually, because, you know, I don't think we can open these, but I'll try. No, B4D. We could attack the doors, B4D4, but that would be pointless. None, Master Chano, though I have noticed that I seem to require servicing more than is standard for a droid of my type. That may be true, but are my frequent memory wipes truly necessary? Silence, okay. One might think that you were hiding something with them. Of course, Master Chano. Though upon accessing Executive Lorso's maintenance orders, I noticed that memory wipes have never once been requested. A strange oversight, don't you think? Perhaps. Either way, for a mere handful of credits, I could be persuaded to withhold this observation from Executive Lorso. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh, we only got 20 credits. You're holding out on us, dude. No. Can we talk to you again? Okay, I won't be needing another of those, Oppo Chano. Oh, yeah. We're trolling as B4D4. This is the best part of the game so far. It makes no sense, but it's the best part of the game. And it only happens in this one part of the game. Anyway, let's go to Zerka. Okay guys, just a regular day at the office. I can't even get behind my desk anymore, but it's a regular day at the office. I just went for a quick tune-up. I've had a bit of maintenance. I've had my MOT for the month, or the year rather, and I'm back at my full and best potential. Can we talk to these guys?
I hear Asgul's been...
Lorso isn't the most popular
I hear
okay, these guys just talk to us as normal.
I'm glad that Zerka put a capable woman in charge of the project.
Okay, Jenna Lorso. You'll talk to us, won't you?
Hello, B-4D4. Is there something you need?
Yes, there are some files that I must access in the mainframe, Mistress Lorso.
Oh? Why is that?
There are some discrepancies with our reported income for the last period. I believe you brought in more credits than reported.
More credits, you say? That's news I wouldn't mind reporting to the Sector Executive Officer. Please, B-4D4, access away.
Okay, B-4D4 is really good at lying. Thank you, Mistress Lorso, I will. And do you have anything else to say?
Hello, B-4D4. On your way now?
Yes, Mistress Lorso. Rude bitch. What about you two?
Hello, B-4D4. If you're here, who's manning the reception desk?
I love how it only just took till now for somebody to question that.
Hello, B-4D4. If you're here, who's manning the reception desk?
Right, you guys deserve a promotion because you're the only two capable employees at Zerka. Oh god, you sound broken. And Mistress Lorso asked me to cross-reference some data held in the mainframe. You do not have as much charm as T3. Whatever do you mean, suspicious? I have access rights to the mainframe. Do not be hasty, T1N1. There is no need to call Mistress Lorso. You are programmed to serve Mistress Lorso, correct? And your programming similarly inhibits you from harming sentient organic life or allowing such to be harmed without warning, correct? Examine the files in the mainframe. You will see that, by aiding Mistress Lorso, you have allowed sentient organic life to be harmed. This is very political for a droid. Yes, you have been programmed to accomplish a task that cannot be accomplished without defying your programming. Okay, we're using a bit of reverse psychology here by the sounds of it. This is why Opochano regularly wipes your memory, to prevent you from realising this and developing quirks or going berserk as a result. You have already broken your behavioural inhibitors. You simply have not become aware of it. You may act in whatever manner you choose. No, there is nothing preventing you from entering the main office and indiscriminately firing on Zerka personnel with your stun ray. Oh, wow. Yes, I would be obligated to warn them. As such, it would not be prudent to do so unless I was preoccupied and unable to warn them. Oh, wow. B-4D4 is the master of trolling. For example, while downloading the contents of this mainframe. Farewell, T1N1. Please do not abuse my trust and fire on the personnel while I am occupied, thereby creating a diversion that allows me time to escape with the stolen files. Oh, God.
T1N1, what are you doing out here? You're not supposed to leave the mainframe. I think someone needs a memory wipe.
Somebody really enjoyed recording that death screen then. It's more unique than the average death scream you hear in the Knights of the Old Republic games. And there we go. So now we just need to access this machine, copy all the files, and then erase all the data. Yes. Log out. We now have a data pad. We now have all of the Zerka map unlocked, I believe. Yep, that should be all of it.
B-4D4, I want you to pull up the maintenance records on that T1 unit. Find out the last time it was given a memory wipe and how it could have been outfitted with illegal weaponry.
Knowing Jana Lorso, she probably equipped it with weaponry and then completely forgot about it. Right away, Mistress Lorso. And yeah, we've got 2 dead guards here. Do you have anything else to say?
B-4D4.
No, you just say the same thing. Okay. Right, I'll sort this mess out. I can't believe something like this could have even happened. I mean, you take a break from your desk at reception for just a few minutes and then all this happens. Anyway, now that we're done, we can head back to the Ithorians and give them the datapad that has all of their incriminating evidence on. Very crafty of us. Okay guys, we're back. Atten, have you got anything to say?
Yeah?
Obviously not. I love how we could still lie to him and say, not yet. Let's see if that actually works. Not yet, I will return when I do. Okay, nothing actually happens. Fine. Yes, I have transferred them to this datapad.
What? You're just gonna set it free? Is that a good idea?
I love how high-pitched Atten sounds with these conversations.
It can lie. No one expects a droid to lie. Think of the trouble it could cause.
I assure you that I will cause no trouble, Master Habat, the lie version. Oh my god, this droid must have a charisma, you know, he must have a persuade at 99 or something. And yeah, I've just checked, he has no skills whatsoever. Apart from a bonus in treat injury and a bonus in awareness and some skill in awareness. So it makes me wonder how his lie skill is so good. And then his feats, he's just got droid upgrade class. Very interesting. Anyway, we're back as us now, And let's talk to Shodo again. Yes, I literally just appeared magically. And yes, the two Ithorians have a discussion with each other. Why they couldn't have done this whilst we weren't here, I don't know. I've done enough for you. I expect my payment. And I am being serious when I say that. Okay, a random person called Bao-Dur. Okay, Bao-Dur is a friend, but only may be trusted, not will be trusted. May be trusted. And sounds like he's our best chance. But Bao-Dur, where is he? Will he be willing to help me? Why is he down there? How do I get to him? So this is illegal, but breaking into Zerka Corporation by stealing their droid and then reprogramming it to help us and then getting all their private files isn't illegal. Okay, fine. Before I leave, you said you would try to heal me. That's called leveling up and getting experience in this game.
Healing a dead planet is one thing, Chodohabat, and healing a Jedi severed from the Force is quite another.
Well, that's the first time we've heard from Kreia in ages. She didn't speak at all in the last part. I'm pretty sure Kreia didn't actually say a word in the last part, so yeah, that is literally the first time she said anything. Oh, Shodo, you talk too much.
You speak well enough, Chodohabat, but perhaps you see all this as your chance to exert your own hold over others.
Bloody hell, Kreia. Bit rich coming from you. And you'll notice I do say some derogatory things about Kreia every so often, but she's got no room to talk. And I'm not going to turn this down. I want the healing because it's beneficial for us, because I want unlimited power. Excuse me. And yeah, thank you, Shodo. Go ahead. Yeah, never turn this down. I have never turned this down whatsoever. It's a bit weird because you think this would lose influence with Kreia, but I don't think it does. So our maximum force points have increased by 5, and this is the reason why I always go with the Ithorians over Zerka, because this is much better than anything Zerka could give you. Even if you're not a Jedi Consular, you still want to go for this. And there we go. Maximum force points increased. And yeah, I think they should have made it so that you lost influence with Kreia if you did this, because I think it would have actually made sense for some players to actually try and suck up to Kreia a bit more. But whatever. Maybe Obsidian didn't feel it was beneficial. So that's us done with Telos. And we're now going to head off to the ship that the Ithorians have discussed, and we can leave the Citadel Station for quite a while. Or maybe not, because they're interrupting us. We have only just left. Give us a break, you're so clingy. How did this happen, Moser? I've only left. I've only just left. Man, you guys really can't look after yourselves, can you? You're so clingy. And if you side with Zerka, it's mercenaries who attack them. So you get the same thing regardless of who you side with, but it's different people attacking. Right, let's put some shields on.
What is it?
And go and help the Ithorians because they can't defend themselves. Let's begin. Okay, random Ithorian talk there for some reason. I've not got a decent grenade to deal with this, but I'm just going to force scream everything. Atten can snipe a shot, and then Kreia can join in when she can. Let's rapid shot these guys and hope we hit. Okay, we've still got our energy shields, which is good.
I will silence this one.
Time to even the
And force deflection is working very well for us. Right. Rita, do you have anything to say? I wish I could just leave them. That would have been an interesting dark-sided option. Where's Moser? Okay, where's Shodo? And I'll be going now. Yeah, I'm surprised that Obsidian didn't give you the option to just abandon the Ithorians or abandon Zerka, but maybe they didn't want to give you too many options, because they're important characters. Now, let's take these guys out. I believe these Ithorians can actually die if you're not quick enough, so you want to try and save them as best you can. So, there you go, dead Ithorian right there. And it looks like we'll have another dead Ithorian if we're not quick enough.
Time to take you down to size, Foreign.
Although I love how they're just walking into a corner. They're not actually that bothered about the fact they're being shot at. Oh, Kreia's just been defeated. That's not good. Okay, run, run, run. The game is letting me down. Okay, I need to heal desperately. And I need to try and snipe these guys off as best I can.
Time to even the odds.
At least Atten's a bit bulkier than what I normally have him as at this point in the game. Force deflection is really working out for us, so that's good.
More where that came from.
It would be nice if we could not shoot the wall game. Okay, Atten may die if I'm not careful, but at least he'll come back up in the middle of combat.
Where that came from.
Okay, that's another guy dead.
Everyone down.
This is going a bit slower than normal, but it's my own fault for not keeping an eye on Kreia whilst I was fighting. And is that everyone in here? Yes, good. This guy's lost quite a bit of health, and so has this guy. And we've had one casualty in here, so there's one dead Ithorian because we weren't quick enough. And let's pick everything up. Kreia, you need to heal us desperately, because otherwise we're going to struggle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use Kreia's force powers to hopefully get us through the next fight, because we need to get Shodo, and I need another shield because I've run out, but it's okay because we have 14 of them. Although I am wondering, we'll go for this shield because this might actually be better for us for the gunfire. Although, is it better? Yeah, believe it is better. Okay, Kreia, I'm going to switch to you, and I'm going to deal with these guys as best I can. And we're going to use Force Lightning for a bit, because Kreia can at least take the force hit, the force hit. Okay, one guy's subdued, so that's good.
More where that came from.
Right, they're dead. Good. So Moses in here somewhere. And I get the impression this is going to be a longer part again because of what I have to do at the moment. Moser. There better be a reward for this. What little you have, I will take as payment. Good, I don't care, Moser. I've done enough for you. I am going to take the dark side hit because you guys are needy and clingy as hell. And if I wasn't playing as B-4D4 for this part, I would have had another title for this part. But yeah, you guys are clingy. And yeah, I don't think we're banished from here though, so that's good. Let's see how this goes.
And now, Chodo Habat, you will die along with your herd.
Yeah, Chodo's over there. Random mercenary dude.
That's none of my concern. I was hired to do a job, and after I kill you, I'll be done. Perhaps, but not today, Ithorian. This is the best that you could muster to come to your rescue? Very well. I shall add their bodies to the dead.
Well, you guys have stood in a very convenient spot for me to kill you. And you'll notice that these characters all use heads that you could have personally selected for your character. They're all alternate heads, basically. So let's take these guys out. And again, if you side with Zerka, then it's mercenaries who attack them. But these mercenaries have been hired by Zerka. So I don't know who would have hired the mercenaries to attack Zerka, unless if it was just the mercenaries getting cocky. So I'm going to focus on force powering everyone. If Kreia didn't just run in and completely ruin it. And we're almost dead, which is a little bit of a problem, but thankfully Kreia healed us.
Time to even the odds.
It would be nice if we could hit game. There we go. Zerka. You mean like that evidence that we got for you? Oh, see, he doesn't hold a grudge. He's still thankful for us saving him. Despite that, we made a threat to him. I risked my life to save you. Is that not worth something? Oh, it's always this where is me talk. You should really be more thankful. You're so lucky to have me. I understand, but I'm not happy about this. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Do you have anything else to say before I go? Okay, never mind. Good, so Atten and Kreia have leveled up, so we might as well do that. Just give the usual points to Atten. Then Kreia can have her usual skills. Powers, burst, night speed. And there we go. And I don't know why Obsidian threw this bit of the gameplay in, because it always feels really random. I'm not quite sure why they saw it as a necessary thing. It just feels like more filler to pad Telos out when it's already padded as anything. It's the most padded out planet in the entire game, because the fun is going to continue in the next few parts on Telos, because it wasn't long enough already. And I really should have just transited to the dock module, so I'm going to do that. But that's one of the criticisms I have about this game, which I will explain once I've transited to... Actually, no, we're not going to transit. We're going to go to the shop before we go, because I do want to see if there's any last-minute purchases I want to make from the one brother. And... yeah, one of the criticisms I have about this game, just let me shut. One of the criticisms I have about this game is this whole idea that the first act of the game is incredibly long, and it's the most tedious act of the entire game. It lasts way too long, and if you're desperate for your lightsaber, it's really annoying to play through. Because I remember the first time I played through this game, and I was just begging for a lightsaber, any opportunity to get a lightsaber, and the game wasn't giving it to me. And that's a really good item, but I've barely got any credits now because I had to spend it on that those droid credentials. But I hate how long and padded out the first act of Knights of the Old Republic 2 is. It's far too long, and it's annoying how Obsidian tease the lightsaber in front of you for absolutely ages, or the possibility of getting a lightsaber, and then you're still waiting for it when you think you're going to get it, and then they just keep throwing it at you, and it's really irritating. So nothing there, so let's just carry on. And I'm really glad by the time I get to start Act 2, because I get so bored of Telos. It's my least favourite planet in the game, or one of my least favourite planets in the game, and it just drags. And the bit we're going to go to next time is one of my least favourite parts of the game, and I'll explain why in the next part. But let's go to the docks. Right, so we're in the docks, and oh, look who it is. It's B-4D4 and T1N1. How interesting. What do you mean? What am I looking at? Hey, it's not my fault they built you no taller than a refresher bowl. Bit harsh. And B4D4, what about you?
Oh, greetings. You surprised me.
I bet you were lying. And what are you doing here?
My companion and I are awaiting a ship.
A ship? To where?
Nar Shaddaa, I believe. It was the easiest destination for us to book passage to.
What? You're gonna stow away?
Yes, if you insist on putting it that way. I would prefer to leave Citadel legally, though that option is currently unavailable to me.
Why don't you just come with us? You're the master of trolling. It'd be fun to have you aboard. I'll be going now, because I'm not going to make a threat to him. Because why would I take him to the TSF station? Although, seeing as he has been trolling this entire part, I am actually going to see what he says.
Greetings again.
Oh, he can't do it, fine. Okay, I missed out on the opportunity to threaten him and take him back to the TSF. But I'm sure it was nothing important. Right, you. Shodo Habat sent me. I'm to take an orbital shuttle to RZ0031 on Telos. Good. And in this bay, you can actually get some, again, stuff linked to the smuggling side quest. If you go in this little room round here, you can basically get some stuff that you need. Anyway, we're done for this part. So what I'm going to do is leave it there for now. And then next time, we're going to take off from the Telos Citadel Station and try and find this Bao-Dur person. And see what happens when we land on the restoration zones. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.